Hey guys, welcome back, or welcome if you're new. In this video, I'm going to show you how I put together my kids' Easter baskets this year, as well as how I decaled their names on their baskets with my Cricut machine. So the first half of this video will be a Cricut tutorial, and the second half will be me assembling the baskets. Now, if you just want to see the Cricut tutorial or just the basket assembly, I will leave the timestamps in the description box below as well as on the screen for you. So I really hope you enjoyed this video. Now let's get started. I picked up these Easter basket buckets at the Dollar Tree, and they are perfect for decaling with the Cricut machine. So I start off by measuring the space I want to decal with my measuring tape, and then head over to Cricut Design Space on my computer to start designing the decals. All right, so I'm in Cricut Design Space, and you can see I already have the first name made for the first basket, but I'm going to show you guys how I made this using the same steps. So we're going to work on the second basket, and I did that just to save time. But I'm going to go over here to shapes and click the circle shape, and I'm going to use this just as a template because there's no obviously template for the specific thing that I'm working on. But the shapes are pretty useful anytime that you can't really find a good template. You can kind of make your own. So I'm going to go up here, and I'm actually going to change the width and the height. What happens if I leave this locked? If I were to type in the width, which is 5.25, it would change the height to 5.25 and leave it a perfect circle. So by unlocking it, you can actually change and kind of manipulate the circle, which is what I need to do. So I'm using the same measurements that I took, 5.25 by 4 inches, and now I'm going to lock that. I'm actually going to change the color to blue so I can kind of see what I'm doing a little bit better. But I'm actually going to show you guys that this fits perfectly in that circle. So now we're going to work on Jordan's name. So I'm going to go over here to text and add his name. And I'm using the font Annie Lou, and I believe this is a Cricut Access font. Yes. So over here, it just has a little A on it, which means it's available if you're a Cricut Access member. You can use that font. So I'm going to actually just stretch this out a little bit, and then I'm going to actually ungroup the letters and work on them individually. And so I'm kind of just going to play around with them and get them to fit in the circle or the oval that we have. So now I'm just going to again unlock it, because if I don't, it kind of just keeps its shape. It just changes size but keeps its original form. So by unlocking it, you can manipulate it however you like. And so that's kind of what I'm doing. And you can go over here, down here, and zoom in so you can kind of see what you're doing a little bit better, to get everything to kind of line up how you like it. And sorry for all of the mouse clicks. I haven't figured out how to make that sound not show up when I'm doing like these screen records. If you know, go ahead and comment down below in the comment section, because I'm really trying to figure out how to turn that off, because I know it can be kind of annoying. So that looks really good. I really like how that looks. Maybe just bring the J over a little bit more, but I like how that looks. So now I'm going to move that, and I'm actually going to select all of the letters. Then I'm going to click group. So now when I move it, it all moves together. And then I'm actually going to weld it. And then I'm going to actually just delete this circle because we don't need it anymore. We have our 2 names and we're ready to go. So now we're going to go over and click Make It. So now on this screen, I can move them around however I load my vinyl on the mat. So if I had a piece of scrap vinyl that I just wanted to use up, I would kind of go along with wherever that was on my mat. So I'm actually going to do it just like this. And then I'm going to click Continue. I'm going to choose my device. Okay, so now I have my material set to vinyl. I'm going to go ahead and take you guys over to the mat. I'll load the vinyl and then we will go ahead and cut in the Cricut. All right, so now I'm going to load my mat. So I'm just going to make sure that wherever I told my Cricut to cut on the mat is where I put my vinyl. Any excess I'll cut off afterwards. And I am using this vinyl by Tech Wrap. I bought it off of Amazon. They come in these packs and they're just like really beautiful holographic vinyls. And I'm not sure which pack this actually came out of because I bought the holographic or chrome vinyl sheets and then I bought a pack of opals. So I'm not sure if this one is like an opal or it looks more like an opal, but I'm not sure. But I will link these down below. I love using these on like Starbucks cups and stuff. They look really cute. So let's go ahead and load this into the machine. All right, so now I'm going to load my mat. I'm going to make sure that the corners of my mat are underneath these guides, and then I'm going to click the load button and then hit go. And I actually think this is the same vinyl that I used on to like decal my machine for the waves. All right, it cut beautifully. So now I'm actually going to remove the vinyl by flipping over the mat and peeling it off this way versus like just tearing this off the mat. That just really helps prevent like the vinyl from curling up. And I'm just going to cut off the excess with my little roller tool that I got at Dollar Tree. So I can set that vinyl aside. And now I'm going to start weeding and basically taking off all of the parts, like the background. So I'm actually going to start by working my way from the inside out and getting all of like the little loops and pieces inside the letters. And this is my favorite part of, I guess, using my Cricut, is the weeding part. It's just so relaxing and satisfying. And this little toolkit I did pick up off of Amazon. I will link it down below for you guys. All of the products, if I can remember, I will leave them linked in the description box. I really love this toolkit. It comes with a lot of different tools that are helpful because my actual like Cricut tool bent. I don't know if you can see that, but it's kind of broke. It's not very useful to me anymore. So now I'm just going to peel off the excess. Oh, it's so pretty. Kind of at an angle. And this vinyl by Craft, I think that's what it's called, is very like peel friendly. So I've noticed it doesn't like peel off the parts that you want. So now I'm just going to separate the names. I'm going to put my little tool back since I'm done. And I love the little case it comes in. It's cute. Okay, so I'm going to set that aside. Now I'm going to get out some transfer tape. I actually have scraps that I need to use up. So I'm going to use those. So I'm actually gonna start off with Jordan, his name first. So I just have the sticky side of the transfer tape facing a sticky side up, and then I'm going to place Jordan's name on there. And I'm using my Cricut scraper to burnish. Okay, let's see how that did just on the one side. And it looks like the one side hopefully is going to be enough. Okay. Sometimes if it's too, like if the transfer tape is too tacky, I just like to burnish the back. All right, so now we're going to work on Jordan's. Let me actually zoom you guys out a little bit. And I'm going to use my lint roller and kind of like wedge it like that to keep my bucket or basket from rolling. I need to clean this off with some little rubbing alcohol pads. I get these in like a pack of 100 at the Dollar Tree. So I'm just going to clean that off a bit. Actually wait for it to dry for a couple seconds. Okay, so now I'm going to apply the decal. That came off beautifully. Now the tricky part is just kind of centering it, and that looks pretty good. I think I got it. So I'm going to just use my scraper tool again and go around. And then I'm going to peel at an angle very slowly and very close to the vinyl, meaning like I have this pulled back like all the way against it, if that makes sense. And look at how that turned out. That looks beautiful. So Jordan's is done. Now I'm going to work on Athena's, and I'm actually going to use the same piece of transfer tape instead of using like a brand new piece. So I'm going to put Athena's down, and I'm actually probably going to speed up her basket. Okay, so now those baskets are done. So I think these turned out so cute. And now it's time to fill them up with some goodies. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that really quick. I'll probably speed up that footage. And so yeah. I'm starting with Jordan's basket. Everything here is from the Dollar Tree with the exception of the water bottle. I picked that up at Walmart. And Jordan is 12, so he's not into toys anymore, but he likes candy. And I did swap out the pretzel mix for some Warheads candy and filled the carrot eggs with Skittles and some other little extra candies. Next, I used one of these basket bags from the Dollar Tree. They come in a pack of 2, and I debated on whether or not to use it because the print on the bag does cover up his name quite a bit, but I decided to just go with it. I really like the look of an Easter basket in a bag, and he will see his name on this basket when he opens it. I just taped the excess on the sides to the back of the basket with some Scotch tape, and then add a Dollar Tree bow and curly ribbon. And here's how his basket turned out. For Athena's basket, I purchased the bulk of her goodies at the Dollar Tree as well, with the exception of the hand sanitizer and Peeps stationery set. I found those at Walmart, and the plush bunny I found at Walgreens. And I only used the pink bubble stick out of the pack of 4, and I used the jelly beans and candy to fill the pink bunny eggs. For her basket, I decided to use this shrink wrap bag from the Dollar Tree because I wanted the plush bunny to kind of hold the basket, so I needed it to be a tight and kind of squeezed together fit, if that makes sense. The hardest part for me was just adjusting the bunny ears. I did it several times, and I did it so much I ended up not paying attention to the placement of the feet over my daughter's name, but again, she will see her name on the basket when she opens it. The shrink wrap bag does come with a cute pull bow, but I did break it, so I just used a clear hair tie to secure the top. And then I cut off the excess on the top and used Scotch tape to tape the excess on the sides to the back. And then I used my blow dryer to start shrinking the bag. If you have a heat gun, that works better and faster than a blow dryer, but a blow dryer will work just fine with a little bit of patience. And the key is to get the blow dryer close to the shrink wrap. I would say about 1 to 2 inches away, but don't leave the blow dryer in the same spot for more than a couple of seconds or you will burn a hole through the shrink wrap. And the final touch again is just adding a bow and curly ribbon, and these Dollar Tree suede bows are my all-time favorite from the party section at Dollar Tree, and I was so happy I finally got to use them on my kids' baskets. And here is Athena's baskets, and again, the feet are covering up her name, but no big deal. She'll see her name on the basket when she opens it. I really hope you enjoyed this video and the Cricut tutorial was helpful for you. Give me a thumbs up if it was, and don't forget to subscribe for more tutorials and crafty inspiration. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next one.